Hello friends, welcome to the channel. It's another episode of the web development series where we get to build our skills in web development. Now in today's video, we are going to be building a landing page, which you can see here. It has a hero section with other information that you can find. We are going to build this from scratch. It's going to be used for both desktop and mobile versions as well. And this project was gotten from Front-End Mentor. The link will be provided in the description section so that you can follow along. The materials and all are provided as well. All right, so we have the files that we need: the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript, the images folder, and also the README that we need. So these are the fonts that we need to set up. And then these are also the colors that will be used throughout the project. These are the screen sizes we will be working with as well. All right, so with the fonts, once you click on a link, you are able to get them. And then I've gotten both of them. So we need to copy the link into our HTML. With the HTML, we start up our boilerplate and then post the links inside the head tag. And then let's change the title to a landing page. All right, we also need the link for our CSS, which has been done, and then the JavaScript as well. We need to link it as well. And once we've got this, let's copy the CSS font family, and then we'll simply paste it inside here for now, and then comment it out. All right, so let's briefly set up the HTML, and then we can go into the CSS. So the HTML will have a div that covers everything, and then we'll give it a class of container, and then in it is going to have 6 sections. Let's briefly look at the image. So this is one section. We have another section here. This another section, the fourth one, the fifth one, and then our footer, which is the fifth and last section. Then for each of them, we want to give them classes so that it's easier to target. All right, so for the first one, we have let me zoom in a bit. For the first one, we have a nav tag, which is going to hold the logo of the page and also the links that we have. So I'll create another div that will hold the logo, and then one also for the links as well. Okay, inside here we are simply going to get the image. Now with the images, that one comes as an SVG, which we are going to copy and then paste into the project. You can also decide to use the what we call the image tag in doing that, but I realize that with the image tag, if you should use that, it becomes difficult to style the SVG later on. Okay, so after the enough, we have another div that's going to hold the writing here as well, and also the arrow that we have here. Yeah, we have the arrow here. Let's copy that as well, and then I think we are good to go with the first section. Now we can go to the next section. With this one, we can create two divs, one for this and then another one for this as well. And then in each div, we have two divs as well. You have the text area, and then you have the image too. So the first one, the text comes first, and then the image comes second. and then in the second div we then have the image. So this one is just going to be the background image. Now with this, we could have just used the image tag in getting the background image, but there are some of the sections that they have different images for either the desktop or the mobile version. And so if you are to include the image tag here, then you may not be able to change it when you get into the mobile version. Okay, so let's do it for the second one. Now the second one, the image comes first, so I'm going to move it, and then let's change the text. So I guess we are also done with the second section. Can move on to the third one. The third one has two divs as well, or let me say we use two divs. They both have background images and then some text at the lower part. So I guess we're also done with the third section. Now in the fourth section we have the client testimonials. Well, we could just create another section. Now that section will hold three divs. Those divs are for each testimonial. So I have our image here. With the image, we are not going to do any much styling with it, so we can use the image tag. And then another div that holds the name and then the position. Alright, so we can just duplicate this and then change the details that are needed. We can move to the next section, the fifth section, which contains four images, right? Let's say we are using background images, so we are just going to create this four of them, and then we access them inside the CSS. Let's go to a fifth one, which is the footer. The footer has the logo as the header had. It also has some of the links again, and then the socials of the company. So let's do that. Yeah, and then we have the last div, which is going to hold SVGs. Well, for each of them, let's give them their own divs, and also we place them inside um, a link as well. So we have everything that we need, and then we can go on with the styling. All right, I believe we are done with the HTML, and this is how it looks like. So I'll open my development tools and then select a width of 1440 pixels. All right, I guess we are ready to do the CSS. The first thing we'll do is to reset our padding, our margin, and then box sizing. Um, if you don't understand why we do this, there was a video that I created earlier on. I'll link it in the description section. And then we have a root where we will store the variables, and then we give the body a font family. And for each 2 and each 3 tags, we go with the serif. Alright, so we go on to style our container. We are going to give it flex box, give it a width, and then the flex direction of column. So we can begin with the first section, which is the hero section. And then with that one, we are going to specify a height of 100 VH for it, and also the background image properties. Let's give it a padding and color as well. Inside the hero section, we have a nav tag as well. And then with that one, we are going to make it flexbox, align the items, and also justify the content. Inside the navbar, we have links inside this section. So let's target that. So with the links, we are going to move the text decoration. We'll give it a color, margin, and padding. We'll also give the links some hover effects and then the active effects. Alright, so we have a class here called the active class. And that's what we use to tell the link that is currently active, like what we have here. Contact link is currently active. If we select this, it becomes the active class. With the active class, we need to change the color and also the background color as well. Next, we are going to style the div that we have here. Inside the div, we style the h2 with text align, margin, font size, and then letter spacing. Then we need to style the arrow that we have there. We give it a display of flex and also justify content of center, and then the margin top. Inside it, we have another div. We're going to give it a cursor pointer, give it flexbox as well, so that we are able to align it centrally. Give it a position of relative and then some width and height. You also give it a border radius and then a transition. On hover, we want to change the background color. Yeah, and so when we hover, this is how it looks like. The h2 that we have here, let's give it an uppercase. Alright, so I believe we can move to the next section. With the section 2, let's target the flex class and also target the items that it has. I will give it each one of them width of 50%. So the image takes 50%, and then the text too takes 50%. For the text section, we use the class of info, and it also has the class of items, so we can combine them together this way. So I want to center using flexbox and also give it some padding. For the h2 that we have in the text, we want to change the font size, and also we'll change the margin, the font family, the color, and then the line height for the paragraph. With the link that we have here inside the text, we are going to change the text decoration, the font family. We are going to make it uppercase, change the color as well. So with the link, it has some kind of underlining effect that we have, and so because of that, we are going to give it a position of relative, and then we use the before property to create the underlining. With the before property, we are going to give it a position of absolute, and then we specify the bottom, the width, the height, the transformation, its background, and then the Z index and opacity. I'll give you a Z index of -1 so that it appears behind the actual text. When the link is hovered upon, we want to change its opacity. Alright, so this is how it currently looks like. But the link here, the color is supposed to be different from this. So let's work on that. So for the second link, we are going to target it using the last child, and then we give it a background. We can now target the images that we have. So the images, we use the background repeat, the background position, its size, and then the height. Well, since we have two divs here, we need to specify the background image for each of them. After that, this is how it looks like. So I guess we are done with that section. Let's move to the third section. With the third section, we give it a flex. With the item class, we give it away for 50%, just like the previous one. And also we specify the background image properties. And in order for the text to align well, we are going to use flexbox for that, together with some padding and then text align. We also need to style the H2 and then the paragraph as well. So since there are two divs with their own images, we need to specify that as well. We also need to specify the color for the text. Yeah, so this is the end result of the third section. Let's move over to the fourth section, which is the client section. With the client section, we use flexbox again, and also a bit of padding. And then for the H3, which says client testimonials, we are going to give it a color and make it uppercase, change the margin as well, and then the letter spacing. Inside section 4, we have another section that holds the individual clients. So we target it and then use flexbox on it. Inside it, we then style each client. Now with that one, we are going to align them to the center, give it a width and then a margin. For the images, we make them circular, and then we specify a width and then a height. After that, we need to target the paragraph that we have here. Well, with that one, we are giving it a color, a line height, and then a margin. For the paragraph that we have here too, it has its own color and then margin too. So I guess we are done with section 4, and this is how it looks like. All right, so let's move to the fifth section. With the fifth section, I decided to use grid flexbox to be fine. We are going to have 4 columns of the same size. Then for each div that we have here, we want to give it a height and then specify the background properties. And then we need to specify the image for each div. All right, let's see the results, and it looks great. Now let's deal with the final section, which is the footer. With the footer, we give it some padding. With the footer, we give it some padding. We use flexbox as well, we need to change the background color and also the color. Yeah, for the logo, we used an SVG file so that we can it will be easier for us to get the background color using the fill property. So if we look over, the original color was, I think, white. Yeah, the original color was white, but right now it has changed. Let's quickly style the links as before, and then also give it some hover effect. For the socials, we use flexbox, and then for each div that we placed the link and the SVG inside, we need to give them a margin. For the SVG, we want the cursor to change when you point at it, and then also change the fill color. All right, sorry for the link class, we didn't style that. We are going to give it a margin. Okay, so with the white color, we want to make it such that is when we hover over it, that it behaves that way. Yeah, and that's it. All right, in order not to make the video so long, what we'll do is to divide it into two parts, and this is the first part. Now the second part will contain the JavaScript aspect and also the um, mobile styling as well. So thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the video. Kindly subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and then share to others as well. See you in the next video.